Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. So LUNC as itself is actually heating up and we're seeing very good indicators on the chart. The RSI is looking very good. MACD is looking even better. Things are rounding up and we've been on this trend line for some time. We keep making punch outs, but these punch outs are seemingly getting closer together. And what I mean by that is we're now moving out of this trend line and it seems that we want to move upwards. And we've been doing T&A on LUNC for some time. I know a lot of these different historical patterns, and what we've actually seen is LUNC has printed a very significant candle on the day chart. So let's bring up trading view and let's dive straight into this. So realistically, what we need to do is we'll do a little bit of drawing here and we'll get a trend line in. So as you can see, and what I'm going to do, instead of putting a regression channel indicator up, I'm going to create a regression channel. So what's actually happening is we've got this channel, and in the middle of this channel we'll just call this our static line, and we're bouncing between this line. So as you can see, we're bouncing, whether we're above and inside that line or below and inside that line, we're moving on this regression channel. So throughout all of this, as you can see, they're getting closer together. This is quite a span here, another shorter span here, and an even shorter span here. So these are really important factors to take into account. Now, what's more important here is it is an ascending trend line. So it's bullish, it's looking good. And this is what we want to see during an attention market when Binance has just burned. Now, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are fading LUNC and they just don't understand that all of the different people that are involved with this did not create the problem. They didn't crash the chain. We're all just people that have collectively got together, whether we like each other or not. We're all working towards the same goal. Now, it seems that Vitalik has been throwing digs at Luna Classic, Luna, and UST by retweeting a very specific tweet. So it's really interesting to see that we've got enemies outside of the ecosystem being Terra. So like I was saying, right, we're bouncing on this trend line. You can see we've bounced here a few times, another bounce there. You can say this is another bounce there. Each time getting these higher bounces and setting those higher highs and higher lows. So let's zoom in. Let's get rid of all of this tomfoolery on the screen and let's take a zoom in. As you can see, it's looking very good. And what we're seeing here is a possible, like I was mentioning, a pole and flag structure where we go up, we make a flag, we go up, we make a flag, we go up, we make a flag. And sometimes these can be far apart. They can be quite close together. It really depends what's going on and how much interest there really is in the Luna Classic scene. Now, I would say there's a lot of interest in Terra as a whole, because anything can happen from this court case. But what's more important is nothing is going to stop. Nothing's going to die. And this is all going to happen. And it should be all done and dusted before the real bull run kicks in. So let's move over to the daily chart, because what I wanted to do is really get this out for you guys so you could see what I was looking at, what I'm going through. And like I said, we've had some significant stuff happening on the chart here. So the candle I'm specifically looking at is this one here. Let me draw a circle around it. Is this one here. This is very important because what's actually happened is normally if you get one of these dojis, if it pushes down below the doji, it's not a good sign. Whereas if it pushes above, holds, and then performs a bigger day candle, another bigger day candle, the likelihood is we're going to move upwards. So let me show you exactly what I mean here. You get that doji and then you get a very bullish breakout above here, not getting a breakout below. So dojis can be read in many different ways. But for us, dojis are very significant. We've had a lot of these dojis in the past, and they normally kick off. You've got another one here, so let me expand the chart out. So you've got another one back here. So each time we've had a pump, right? So each and every time LUNC has moved, we've seen these dojis and these pole and flag structures before we get one of these big moves. Now, we can't control the weather, but we sure can prepare for it. So what I'm doing currently is I'm making small dollar cost averages into LUNC since that indication come in. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I like to benefit as much as I can from the weather. Being a farmer, being someone who wants to harvest crops, it's very important for us to understand what is going on around us. So as you can see, right, LUNC is looking pretty bullish at the moment, and there's just not a lot of negatives going on, and we're whittling down to a very core community of support, so to speak. And what I mean by that is being just people who are simply dedicated to the chain. They understand the amount of work that goes into this. They understand what's required. Now, I've always been very negative on meme coins up until around, I think around 12 months ago, and I've really come around to them, and the meme coin market's changing. And if somebody, right, can make it easy, safe, and secure to create meme coins on the Lunar Classic chain in a situation, for example, right, you could create a module, because the Cosmos works on modules. You could create a module that can have a very specific intent, meaning that if you create a coin through that module, we could call the module the Lunar Classic Meme Token Factory. Just throwing that out there. That's not what we need to call it, but you could ensure that the requirement of using that is it's paired with Lunar Classic. And this is a really important point if we are to pursue this meme coin market. Now, there's going to be different portions of the community that feel meme coins are stupid. We shouldn't pursue that. We shouldn't do all of these different things. But because the market changes so much, it changes so frequently, and there's so many different things going on, utilities are going to have their day. But the meme coin market is booming. We can see that from Solana. LUNC is a layer 1 blockchain. It is fully capable and house. If we were to look at the chain and say to ourselves, can the building facilitate all of the staff, all of the needs, all of the requirements? And yes, with a simple module like that, it could, because we work in DeFi. Past the point of creating that module, there's not much control you can ever have over something. This is what DeFi is about. It's a 21st century handshake, and it's a very strange world to come into, and you either kind of get into it or you don't get into it. But with all of this being said, right, it's all stuff we should take into account. And it's kind of like what I was saying with the burn tax. There's a lot of people who want to put the burn tax up to like 1.5%, which is crazy. 1.2% is definitely feasible because we had that to begin with. And the only reason that we doled it down was because people wanted to see more transactions on chain, but the evidence is there to support it really didn't make a difference from the 1.2% to the percentage that we're at now. And we should really start to, as a blockchain, take all of the bits of evidence and data that we have and actually go, well, here we go. Look, this is actually what's happening. This is what the technical and the data is showing us, and we should react to that. Now, obviously, if you're going to change the burn tax, you need to get involved with Binance. You need to speak to Binance, you need to speak to validators, and you need to speak to projects across board, because it's so much easier if you do that. You go around, you do the rounds, you have one-to-one calls with people, not just at them on Twitter and hope for the best. Actually make the effort to get in direct contact with people, ask for a call. And when you put the proposal up, if everybody's on board and we're all in this together and we present that to Binance and then Binance is on board, by all means, change the burn tax, because we're going to be going through the halving event. I've been told coins like Pepe can end up at like a 10 to $20 billion market cap. That's a lot of volume. So the LUNC chain in itself is smart, it's intelligent, it's a layer 1 system, and it has people there readily available. So I think we're at a point now where we should start discussing these things more collectively, but with data behind it and stuff. So what I'm thinking about doing is starting a consistent Twitter space where we do at least 1 to 2 Twitter spaces a week, where it's just an open floor, not just for LUNC, but anyone wanting to just come up, talk about crypto, talk about things that they've seen, heard it, if they want to just natter about things, but just keeping it positive and trying to bring more people to the LUNC chain. I think it's all interesting stuff. I think the price action's even more interesting at the moment. This regression channel that we're going through is really, really something else. And it's kind of the indicators we need to tell us that we're on the right path. Things are going well because we're getting a good reaction out of price. What everybody needs to understand as well is there's always going to be pullbacks. There's always going to be clawbacks with any pump, with any coin. It doesn't matter. We see it with meme coins. We see it with a lot of different things. So if there is like an 800% pump, you should understand that, yes, people are probably going to sell if they've just 8x their money. they've 16x'd their money, it would be far more than that at that point. But you get where I'm coming from with these circumstances. So I think you should just try to understand the weather's not something we can really control, but we can look into things a little bit deeper. We can do TNA and we can try to best prepare ourselves. Folks, drop a like, drop a comment, hit a subscription on the way out, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. Other than that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.